and state-of-the-art sport facilities, thousands of fans, the fusion of art and science, adrenaline and euphoria, the grand sport, the gigantic mechanism. Watch at Sports Giants. November 20th, 2015, Salt Lake City. The distance is 500 meters. Pavel Kulizhnikov sets a new world record, 33.98 seconds. Do you still consider Usain Bolt the fastest person on the earth? The maximum speed that he developed with the establishment of phenomenal world record, 44 kilometers per hour. Pavel Kulizhnikov reached almost 60 kilometers per hour. This is a permitted speed of the car you drive. Speed at the World Championships in speed skating for 134 years increased by almost 17 seconds. For comparison, the record in a race for 100 meters over the past 100 years has increased only by 3 seconds. From which we can conclude, skaters are the fastest people on the planet. Using only their muscle mass, they reach incredible speeds. Is it only a matter of muscle strength, or are there any other factors that affect the speed of the skater? The ice is basic. Ice properties allow skaters to be the fastest of all. But it was not always like this. Natural ice was first replaced by an artificial ice in 1959 at the European Championship in speed skating. And since then, the ice track, if desired, can be made slow or fast. So, Sergey, today we have preventive work on the ice. We're preparing for the championship of Kazakhstan. What is the speed of ice? Ice should be hard, cold and smooth. That is, a film is formed under the edge of the ridge of the skates, like a lubricant. It gives a slip. Cold ice, warm air, and here this lubrication between the blade of the skates and the ice gives a slip. Skating sports is divided into distances. There are short distances of 500 and 1000 meters. At these distances, we make ice softer, because they have more acceleration. The connection is needed with ice. When it is a long distance, we make ice harder. Then a person skates smoothly because of the slippery properties of ice. In the world, there are more than 1,000 flat skating rings. The first indoor skating rings appeared in the mid-80s of the 20th century. The Ice Palace ALAU was built in 2010. It became the central arena of the 7th Winter Asian Games of 2011, which took place in the capital of Kazakhstan, Astana. The stadium immediately broke into the 10 fastest ice rinks in the world. We have the 8th fastest ice rink in the world among all skating rinks. All records of our rink are added up. The faster you run all the distances, the faster ice is considered to be. This is the rating of the rink. So what is good about indoor ice rink? It's very convenient, rather than skiing or skating in winter somewhere on the street. Here, and the results are different, because the wind does not interfere. Snow does not strike the ice. This is a great advantage. World Championships, Olympic Games are held only at indoor skating rinks, so that athletes have the same conditions. Now we'll scribble, remove all unnecessary to a monolithic layer. And how much water do you need? We will need about 8 tons. That would completely shed the path with hot water to build needed ice. Ice is water, and quality ice is made of water of high quality. We make natural ice. We just use pure water.
Там такая система очистки воды.
There is such a system of water purification.
Не во всех домах.
Not all houses put a purification filter at home, but they have a specific system of water purification. Do not apply any chemical additives. A 5-stage water purification system allows the use of regular water from a central water pipe. Specialists of the arena argue that water after treatment contains only one chemical formula, which every school child knows: H2O. The water purification system has 5-stage filters. There are only 5 stages. The first is mechanical cleaning. Large dirt and impurities are removed. We have a central water supply. The second stage of purification is activated by charcoal. It removes chlorine. Third, softening. Hardness salts are removed. If you have ever noticed the spume in your kettles at home, here the spume is removed during the third stage. Then water passes to the fourth and fifth purification system. Now it is ready to become an associate of skaters in their quest for victory. The water is heated and ready to go.
Здесь заливается 700.
We fill the first tank, main tank, with 727 liters, and the second tank is filled with 297 liters. This way, we get a ton of water. When we build up 1 ton of water, we pour out 1 strip of 400 meters. Well, we can start. We do not have much time. Specialists are starting to cut ice. Millimeter by millimeter, they align the surface. The thickness of the ice is constantly monitored. This device monitors the thickness, it measures the thickness of ice. Ultrasound is reflected from the concrete. See, 45 millimeters. We have certain points in 3 places in width, and we shoot approximately 24 points. We are now preparing ice. We pour water with a temperature of 70 degrees. It turns out that the ice became softer. It loses its sliding properties. Well, here we level it, this air layer. It turns out monolithic, it's hard ice. It will be cold, which we actually need. In order to prepare ice for competitions, it takes 2 to 3 days. It cuts off literally 0.4 of millimeter. Imagine a 2 centimeter cut. Therefore, it takes a lot to cut, to remove this air-filled layer. After making several laps, the car unloads the snow. It's a long, well, a tedious job. Well, without it, you will go nowhere. Without good ice, it will not work. By competition, they cut the ice. It becomes thinner, and this again affects the speed. Because the cold is supplied from the concrete, heat is supplied from above, and you need to consider this balance. We would certainly like to have 3 days, but it will be ready for the championship. Turning the ice conditions and the temperature of the ice on the ice rink requires special expertise. In any business, there are some professional secrets. Say, the cook has his own recipe, and so do we. When ice is cooked, we also want to excel and have our own recipe. Everything affects this: air temperature, ice temperature, humidity, carbon dioxide content. If the parameter is degraded, the result will be lower.
Какой-либо, если параметр будет ухудшен, то есть и результат, соответственно, будет ниже.
The central computer displays the entire engineering system for climate equipment. The specialist does not need to be constantly at the display. Everything is automated. And most importantly, according to a special recipe, you can cook any weather at the arena. We can create the right temperature, the right climate at any time of the season. From the point of view of monitoring the state of ice and climate control in the world, there are no analogs to Kazakhstan's ALAU. The available conditions make it possible to find the optimal temperature and humidity parameters for creating the fastest ice. There are 32 temperature sensors along the whole perimeter of the rink, which are installed in the concrete base of the rink. Under the ice, there are pipes, which cools the ice. We have 3 zones available: skating track, the first hockey court and second hockey court. And we adjust the speed skating track separately, hockey separately, and the second hockey separately. The peculiarity of the building structure, namely the curved roof, allows controlling air flows. The climate control system is thought out in such a way that the warm air rising upwards separates spectator stands from the ice arena. This controls the temperature of the air. We support 18 degrees temperature in the stands to make sure that it is comfortable enough for the audience members. And on the ice you need a cooler air, somewhere on the average plus 13 to 14 degrees Celsius. The Kazakhstan Speed Skating Championship is gaining momentum. As the experts promised, the ice is ready for the competition. The tension is high. He shoots there, and I have a start.
Когда тебя приглашают, ты встаешь.
When you're invited, you get up. You cannot move at all. You sit down and wait. After you start running, you must run only on your line. Judges closely watch the competition. Today the accuracy of time is determined up to 100th of a second. Modern technology has come to help manual timing. I just run 100 meters. Now they have a finish. I am cutting them off. For each athlete, there is a cut of 5-6 digits, and time goes by. It is controlled by the photo cell system, and I confirm the time with photo finish. I'm tending to the screen you see. Green is highlighted. It is confirmed. Here's the photo finish, and that's all. Then I load the next file. I equip and wait for the start. Here's the camera. It takes photos of athletes. Start to finish, the electronic timekeeping follows the athlete. All data goes to this computer. Hence the results go to the scoreboard and to the commentator's booth. Digital technology helps determine the winner. Perfect ice contributes to this victory. And the athlete trains to win. It is a very technically challenging sport. Very high speed, low center of gravity, and constantly changing direction of movement. In speed skating, the technique of his running plays an important part in the development of an athlete. In the combination of position, free sliding, and repulsion, the best results are achieved. Naturally, the speeds increase. Speed skating is progressing. Of the other sports, the most effective elements are taken and are introduced into the speed skating. The Dutch, as leaders of this type, study the technique of running as a science. They're engaged up to the fact that the computer processes the information. Special sensors are put on the athletes. The optimal position of the landing, the position of the arms, legs, the position of all your motor links, that you could do the work as much as possible. We're all different. We all have different physical capabilities. Skating is not a natural movement for a person. A low landing gives a big load on the back, and for the body to be ready for such a load, it takes many years of training.
Едет, кажется, красиво.
It seems he runs beautiful, easy, but in fact, it is a very difficult sport. Experts believe that to achieve excellent results at the world level, ice skates must be trained from childhood. In Kazakhstan, the development of speed skating is given special significance. On the basis of the Ice Palace ALAU, there is a Children's and Youth Sports School No. 2, which cultivates this type of sport. Over 600 children are trained in this school. There are sports sections for speed skating, short track, figure skating, and cross-country skiing.
Основная задача наша
Our main task is that we are looking for children who have a perspective and the ability and talent to engage in a particular sport.
занятие тем или иным видом спорта.
И когда они приходят, они не понимают.
When they come, they learn to skate. They're interested. Then, when they themselves participate for the first time in competitions, they begin to understand that it is interesting, that it is exciting, that this is exactly what they need.
Группы у нас есть сначала.
Groups with initial training. First year of study. We offer different levels of training to improve what you've already achieved. In the ALAU Ice Palace, all conditions are created that would be comfortable for the athlete. On request, the perfect climate and perfect ice. But this is not the only thing that Kazakh ice rink can offer. It is recognized as the best skating stadium in the world on the infrastructure of the International Federation of Speed Skating. In the world, if I'm not mistaken, 317 stadiums skating. But there's only one stadium with such a developed infrastructure. The heart of the palace is the ice arena, which consists of 400-meter ice track with stands for 8,000 seats. 2 courts on which the future masters of short track and figure skating are engaged separately.
Это гостиница современная, комфортабельная.
This hotel is modern, comfortable. It's fitness, where there are a lot of simulators, as well as fitness gyms. Is the doctor sport here? Sportsmen are provided with qualified assistants.
Созданы хорошие
Good conditions for parents were created. Parents brought their child. The child came, changed clothes, went to the ice rink. And parents sit in the parental zone and watch, in online mode, how the child trains. But the unique atmosphere of the Ice Palace is given by its unique design. All the skating rinks in the world, they're all so gray, and the maximum of the blue stands, and here it's all colorful.
А у нас вот здесь, вы сами можете наблюдать, все разноцветное, цветное.
For the first time in the world, in the design of the Ice Palace, a system of mirror ceilings has been applied.
Света тут.
There is enough light. When pouring ice, a white paint is laid under the foundation, because the concrete is gray and the paint reflects light, and so it reflects this light from the ceiling. Therefore, this impression of a bright space is created. Every year, the Ice Arena ALAU hosts various international competitions. Thousands of athletes from different countries come here to show the best results. With them, they bring only good training and better equipment. A combination of modern technical equipment, professionalism of staff, unique architectural project ALAU gives the main factor of victory. It's a good mood. Perhaps this is best expressed by the mood of those athletes who come to us. All foreign athletes come with great pleasure. Undoubtedly, the Ice Palace ALAU is a unique sports construction of the capital of Kazakhstan. On the one hand, it is a public sports complex for all its citizens. On the other hand, it is able to host competitions at the highest level. and the task of the ALAU team is to make it one of the best in the world.